one should go. This one should go. There we go. Okay, how's it going, everyone? Holy hell. Sorry, yeah, I'm about 4 minutes late, and not to come in hot, but I do say this stuff to Rumble, so hopefully maybe they will see and correct the problems. I set up my live stream on Rumble, and what did Rumble do? Suddenly they deleted my title, my tags, everything, my description, all of it, and interjected old ones in there. They interjected the oldies. So I'm unsure. So I had to go back and redo everything. So I'm unsure. I'm trying to check, see, make sure it took this time. Yes, it did. Okay. Holy hell. All right. So yeah, it did take finally. So, okay, Rumble, there's something else to correct. But we are here. All right. Oh, monkeys. Let's see here. We are going to start off over here. Let me shrink me. I love that. That is fun. Boing. I know I may be in the way of some of it, but let me see. Is this? No. There we go. I can shrink me down that much if I need be for this one. All right, guys. How's it going? I'm going to shoot the crap a little bit. I'm going to say something. I was on, actually, I just ping me up right now. Pachow. I was told not to go in hot on live streams, whatever. But this will be quick. And then we'll get to the meat of this. All right. I was on a Facebook thread earlier today, of course. I was reading and poking and stuff. And also looking up the bull crap going on in my state of Illinois. Ugh. Sometimes I wonder, I may have turned my light up a little, it's making me purple again. Love it. Sorry, too much time correcting Rumble to get my... Yeah, look at that. It's that light right here. It's having an issue with me. All right. So, I was on Facebook, and there's a planet. Let me look this up again. Hang on. And this is going to feed into what we're going to talk about today. There is a planet they found called K2-18b. And it is a hugely far away planet. Well, they say about 128 light years. Okay, so. And everybody on this thread was just making fun of it. Instead of going, hey, that's cool. For everyone, hey, that's cool. Or, wow, neato. This planet is huge compared to Earth. But it looks like they're getting reflective. I'm not know how to put that. It's not reflectivity, but kind of like that. They're getting signs that it could be a huge ocean world. Have huge oceans on it. And all these idiots. God, dude, what is wrong with the left? This is what brought on today's chat with you guys. The left is always just fundamentally depressed and down and hateful and can't find happiness in anything. I was reading, and for every one person like me going, dude, that is cool. There was, who cares? We can't get there anyway. We would just open 100 McDonald's. We just crap that planet up too. We destroy that. Humans spreading all over. Dude, it was insanely bad. If I could find that thread again real quick, I'd pull it up. Just a bunch of whining weenies on there. Not happy we're discovering. Not happy we're exploring. Oh, no. I mean, these people, who cares? There were ones going, who cares? Let's just live with what we got, or live on our planet, or who cares about this stuff out there? Let's just take care of here. Bunch of short-sighted, depressed, just mean little jackasses on there. So, I hope I don't have an echo. Let me take a quick listen. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't have an echo. This one setting on my software, sometimes I have to have it on, sometimes off. It's weird. And they can't tell me why. But, no, they just are always depressed and angry and hateful. And so it's not just politics. The lefties are just, they find no joy. They get up in the morning sad, mad, looking for something that's already made them mad. Get out of the floor, see a kid's Lego on the floor, go, I fucking hate Legos. Which, anybody steps on one, yeah, you don't like them for a minute, but my God, a Lego will set off their whole day to be bad. I mean, I'm just reading about this cool planet, cool astronomy, cool piece of exploration. And I will say, hey, now that's one, I get it, using telescopes and everything, we can't get there yet. That was half these people. Oh, who cares? We'll never get there. Oh, it's too far away to worry about. Hey, dickheads. Imagine if Columbus, Da Gama, all these others had said that. Pizarro, the thousands and thousands and thousands of explorers throughout history. What if they'd said that? Who cares? I'll just stay here in my cave with Unga Bunga and my square wheel. A bunch of just pissy, whiny little shits. Who cares? We'll never get there. Hey, dumbass. Half the technology you got now is because we explored and got into space at all. Half the technology you got is because explorers going and improving. And you need to improve sometimes to explore to get farther. Ships became better back in the day because of explorers wanting to go way far. Do crazy shit. Go check out the Arctic, you name it. We started with sails and went to motors and engines and steam and blah, blah, blah. And now we're up to nuclear-powered craft. It's crazy. Space is the same way. Even though NASA took a step back, the shuttle, as old as it is, was much better than stupid rockets. Musk is doing better, and so is like 2 or 3 other private companies in America. Amazing. But all these assholes are just, bleh. Hey, yeah, well, guess what, dummies, that I saw on there. Yeah, maybe we can't get there now. Maybe not for 50 years. But what will we be if we can keep advancing at our current level with people like Musk and I can't remember the other company in Texas. These companies keep advancing at current pace. Where will we be in another 500 years? Maybe not Star Trek warp drive level, but we may have the technology to get to these planets. Even if it's a multi-generational ship or something. Or at the very least get to our solar system. But these people, humans are a scourge. No, but there's nobody out there anyway. How do you know? Everything is defeatist. Hey, you know what? They used to think the earth was flat. They used to think that where they were in Europe was it. There was nothing else. There was the edge of the earth. There's no people out there. Then they got out there and went, oh shit. Somebody didn't believe them. Somebody wanted to go see. They said, they got out there and went, oh shit. Look at all these people. Look at all these animals. Look at this. We found coffee. Stuff like that. Imagine what we're going to find in the future. But the lefties will not be there to do it. Sure, they're more artistic. They'll be there doing art and have their gender studies degrees. They'll be there doing the artsy-fartsy stuff. Yeah, I hate to say this, but art is more of a lefty thing. It is. But it doesn't really push us to strive, to get anywhere. That goes for the center and the right. Those are the people who push, learn. Well, you don't go too far into that religion, right there, Christians? I'm looking at you, who used to put down scientists for a long time. I'm sorry, Catholic Church, you've held back we'd probably be 500 years or at least 200 years more advanced right now if you weren't, deleting scientists and stuff. I remember the church had the stance that we were the center of the universe. Everything revolved around Earth, but once again, explorers. So you got to watch both sides, but the left is fundamentally just hateful, defeatist, depressed. Just not even worth talking about half the time. All right, so we are going to head on over here, and I'm going to stick with a little bit of that. I'm going to get off the one I was on. Hang on here, says whoopsie, I can shrink me. And drag me over to the side. That might be too much, but I'll shrink me down again if it is. We'll get off of this one. Oh, here. All right. Now, I was also positing, now the left is the more depressed, the more upset, the more defeatist. But then you also have to break it down and look at, as I commented here, who takes the most antidepressants, men or women? Because we know that right now, women, middle-aged to upper-aged white women, but it's a lot of women, mostly these crazy white women's, are the ones in, whoa, sorry, my stuff just froze up over here. I am unsure why, but okay. Whoa! On my laptop over here, everything's, I upset it. I totally upset it and it is behind as hell. I am unsure what YouTube's doing when it does this. It is crazy. I looked over and I am like going like turbo chipmunk. But I had to break it down. I'm starting looking. I'm like, okay, who's taking these? Since we know the Democrats Party now, their biggest constituency is these, I'm sorry, crazy middle-aged, upper-aged white women. They're nutty. But then you look at the antidepressant usage. Who's using more of these? And they're not using one or two. I was doing a bunch of reading about this today. And what I found is there are a lot of these women are on 2, 3, 4, sometimes up to 8 SSRIs, these depressant and mood medications, and then they're on medications to offset the side effects of those medications. Sometimes up to 12, they say. If you're someone on 8 SSRIs, still have another 4 to 6 medications for the side effects. And these best ones, if you notice all the ads, we all see them on TV. They're all talking about, oh, if this causes depression, call your doctor. Dude, they're supposed to not cause depression. If them causing depression is a side effect, you need to fix your shit. But you go and look, who is taking these? It is overwhelmingly white women, 45 plus. But women in general. White women. Look at this crap. And you go white men to white women. Whoa. White men. About 3 million 45 plus adults, men are taking them. White men. But women, it's off the chart. It's around 10 million. Just over that age. It's antidepressant use among women 45 plus has doubled over the last 10 years. That is scary shit. And this is just one of many charts. There are others much more damning than this and say it's actually upwards of around 30 plus million or more. But a lot of medical records aren't, got your privacy. But then you go to the younger adults. Look at that. Look at that. Way down. It's actually coming down in the younger. They are also, the younger people right now are edging more to the right. I'm not saying conservative, but more to the right. And strangely, their antidepressants dropping. Minority women going up. Still a lot lower. About 1 million. And that's not in this chart. Minority men. It's way down there. So yeah, there is, and I'm going to say right now, okay. I'm going to say right now, I did find a few stats on this earlier. I wish I still had those. But a lot of the white men, 45 plus, that are taking those SSRIs also are on the left. There seems to be a problem with lefties. Once again, they can't even be happy about finding a cool ocean planet 128 light years from here, which honestly, by space standards, is not far. That is like some shit where you're like, 100 years down the road, 150 years, we should be going checking that place out. Be a cool place for a water park. Bring back wacky waters. If you're ever from my area, the Quad Cities, you know what I'm talking about, wacky waters. God, that was a great, great water park. So, to keep heading down. Americans taking psychiatric drugs. Notable women, people over age 65 and whites must be a staggering number of older white women taking one of these drugs. Yes. All this can't be necessary. I don't know. I think a lot of it is to do with these people are just fundamentally, by their choices, how they look at life, are horribly depressed, horribly down, horribly angry about everything. I mean, they can't even, once again, enjoy finding a cool planet that is, spatially not far from us. That's just stupid. They can't be happy about nothing. So I think they need these because of the way their outlook on life is. They're nihilists about everything. Don't want to have kids, planets, horror, everything's just bad. So I'm not gonna go too much deeper into this, but geez Louise, I mean, just the numbers on this one. U.S. adult population exposed to psychiatric drugs. Use of psychiatric drug by class percent. Okay. Let's see. Female. Oh boy. 21.2% is on any of these. Antidepressants. 16%. Anti-anxiolytics, sedatives, and hypnotics. 10%. Antipsychotics. Yeah. 1.7%. Yeah. Want to guess who they voted for? Huh. Then you go by age. 60 to 85. Holy shit. 25% are on any combination or more of one of these. Race, 20%. Black, 9.7. Hispanic, 8.7. Asian, 4.8. Asians, you're happy. You are happy. Now, if you broke this down, like I said up here, it's mostly the white women. They are the most of this. Globally, yeah, look at us. We are pegged. Iceland is strangely up there. It seems like the more countries are having troubles, man. But yeah, it just goes on, and you can find a ton of this. But that's just the way I wanted to start opening, because just reading about a planet, the nihilist comments, and they weren't being jokey. Some people, I confronted a couple, I was kidding. No, you weren't. You said like 9 comments attacking anybody who thought it was cool. I've seen you under every comment where somebody goes, that is cool. Maybe someday, and you just crapped on them every time. Then what do they do? Come back, fuck you. And then, yeah, that's it. That's all they got. All right. Now, we are going to head on over here for a little bit. I said this isn't going to be my 3 hour stream. I'm going to try to keep this an hour and a half max. All right, I'm going to check Rumble, make sure Rumble's still going. That's what messes up my laptop. Okay, kept going this time. See, it's weird. Okay. Portland, now this is just more of this stupid Tesla stuff. Portland man who allegedly injured Tesla workers' eyes with a green laser during protest released without bail. The hell? 27-year-old Davis Nafshan has been charged with 2 counts of unlawful use of a weapon, 2 counts of attempting to commit a felony, and misdemeanor charges of menacing and reckless endangerment. Dude, it wasn't reckless endangerment. He was purposely pointing this in their eyes to try to blind them. That's not reckless endangerment. That is, at the very least, battery or assault. And some of these workers are saying they have some damage, they have some vision issues. And there's other videos of surface of this asshat doing it in other places. On Saturday, police arrested a Portland man after he allegedly, I'm not going to call this guy a man, a Portland soy boy, after he had allegedly pointed a laser inside a Tesla dealership during a protest, injuring the eyes of one of the employees. There's been another employee come out late, also said they were having eye problems as they got this in their eyes. 27-year-old Davis Nafshan, 27. So this guy has been programmed since the age of 17 or maybe 16 now that Donald Trump and anybody that supports him is Hitler's, Mussolini's, Megamind, Hans Gruber, you name your evil villain. That's what this guy's been told they are. Got to put people in chains again. Slavery, coming back. Got to take away women's rights. Yeah, gonna be World War III and cause deaths all over the planet. That's what this guy has been programmed of since he was between 16 and 17. That's these people. And also here's the everybody gets a trophy generation. So not reckless endangerment. He did it on purpose. It's not reckless endangerment and menacing. You did it. Radical. This Andy No had a post on it. Radical Portland leftist named Davis Lorian Nafshan. Lauren was arrested on March 29th after allegedly trying to blind staff. It's not so alleged anymore. He's had a court hearing. working inside a Portland Tesla showroom using a powerful green laser. Green lasers, especially the strong ones, can definitely, they are said to be more damaging than the red lasers to eyeballs. And he knew what he was doing. The laser which Antifa also used in 2020 riots to injure the eyes of police officers, which they did. There are police officers still today that do not have their vision right, who had to quit because they lost eyesight. So yeah, Now, what do we see right here? Davis Nafshin. He, him. Twink, just wandering through life. If you don't know what a twink is, not describing it here since I am also on YouTube. If I was just on Rumble, sure. I would describe it in terms for you, let's say. Around your life, dead and fish head. Okay. Yeah. Yike. Nafshin was released on his own recognizance the same day he was arrested. Post-Millennial senior editor Andy No discovered that Nafshin works at the taxpayer-funded homeless support nonprofit Do Good Multnomah. Multnomah? Wow. That's a good one. So yeah, this is stupid. They released him on his own recognizance? Boy, that's weird. People who just walked around J6 were put in prison. Showed up hours later. Strange. Once again, we need equal laws here. All right, so. Oh, gosh, sorry, I had brain fart. I was trying to think of something I wanted to add to this. Oh, that's what I wanted. Yes. Because this is going to lead to my other little ranty thing I had tonight. Because they're not being treated fairly. Court documents obtained by the Oregonian stated the police responded to South Waterfront Portland Tesla dealership, where an employee told officers that at least one person was pointing a green laser into the dealership. Yes, there are reports that it was more than just Davis here. And yeah, according to police, 2 employees had the laser pointed in their eyes, experienced discomfort and problems with their vision. Dude, intentionally try to blind somebody? Yeah, but the right's the violent ones. Fuck me. A third employee who had previously had a laser pointing in their eyes days earlier, left the dealership to avoid what happened. They quit. This is the whole reason. They are doing these, yes, sorry YouTube, it is terrorism. They are doing this to scare people. That is the left's power. They go out to scare people, to hurt them, injure them, to show you better not go against us or else. But remember, the right's the violent ones. I ain't got to worry about the right. Summer of Love, May 29th, Ferguson. Everything violent we see, except for one, is lefties. This whole righty narrative needs to go the frig away. According to police, 2 employees had laser pointing in their eyes, experienced discomfort and problems with vision. Their employee left. An officer saw a video of him doing it. Doing the same thing during an anti-Milan protest outside the dealership. Police found Nafshin riding his bike away from the area and arrested him after recovering a green laser on his person. They had the jackass on video. Some protesters who saw the arrest began asking about the police response. But after they were shown the video of Nafshin's alleged actions, they said his actions were not okay and supported him being taken into custody. Credit where credit is due. Not all of these people are violent jackasses. They're only light jackasses. Hey, some of them just have a political opinion. Fine. If you're out there just protesting and doing it on the right way, I'm fine with that. It's your freedom of speech. You're on the sidewalk, not getting in people's way, not impeding the business. I get it. Not everybody's the horrible, want to do this crap types. But I'll give credit is due, and yes, that was good of them to just back off, even though I'm not sure it's your job to be questioning a police officer during an active arrest when he's also seen video evidence. Just saying. That might be pushing it. But nice of the police officers there. All right. Tesla dealerships cut the U.S. have been protested, blah, 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 blah. Now, this brings me to a little bit of a rant here of my own, sorry. That was not the correct pipe, by the way. I've heard people actually ask this question, should the Tesla attackers, not protesters, attackers, these are people putting bullets into things, Molotov cocktails, burning, attacking private owners' vehicles, attacking private owners. We've had women be attacked because of owning a Tesla. Should these people face the exact same lawfare or a rule or prosecution as J6ers did? I say yes. Now, I've heard lefties go, sure, why not? I love this. They go, sure, why not? Then when a Democrat president comes in, they can pardon him. Okay, one, you're playing a bad game there, because what if J.D. Vance wins in 2028? Oh, shit. So when you were like, yeah, that's fine, we'll have a Democrat president that'll pardon him. You could be condemning somebody to maybe 6 years in prison or more. That's a dumb game. But I am all for it. I agree with you, lefties. Yes, we should treat them like J6ers. And yes, if you have a president that wins in 2028, you can pardon them. Because they will have spent 2 years or so in prison, 2 to 3 years in prison, just like J6ers did. All of them. Yeah. Well, and we're going to do it under the same conditions. The same conditions where some didn't have clothing. Some were left in cold rooms for days. Some didn't even get fed every day. They had roaches in their rooms and mice feces. Weren't let out when they're supposed to. They're hosed down. Weren't allowed any trial or phone calls for years. Some of these people didn't have a hearing in years. We're going to treat you the exact same way, lefties. You attack the Tesla dealerships, we will treat you exactly like the J6 people. I agree to your terms. And yeah, you better hope your president gets in 2028. That's a stupid game. Because maybe if he gets in, he will pardon you. But guess what? If he doesn't get in, you're going to be sitting there. So these lefties going, oh, sure, making jokes. We'll just pardon them. You're stupid. But back to the whole, should we treat them like J6ers? Yes. That is equal treatment under the law. That is justice being blind. You know, the Lady Justice being blind right there. One person commits an act of riotous terrorisms, and they get, let's say, 3 years in Fed prison in a bad situation without hearing, without bail, without anything, then the other side should get the exact same treatment. So yes, Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, let's prosecute them. To the DOJ in general, let's prosecute these assholes just like J6ers. The guy in Arizona who reached in a 61-year-old woman's window and was punching her in the face. Oh yeah, going to Club Fed and not the nice one. We're going to send you to the exact same place the J6ers did, and we're going to make sure that we have people go in there and make sure it has the exact same conditions it had for J6 people. We're not going to clean it up, make it more fuzzy for you. Oh, sorry, that was just a mistake. We didn't have the cleaning lady in. Oh, no, we're going to make sure it's exactly the same. You are going to not get your shaving. You're not going to get a shower except once every couple weeks. You aren't going to get phone calls. You aren't going to get hearings. You aren't going to get bail. You're only going to get to exercise once a week. Yeah, you're going to be treated exactly the same. I am 100% for it. And I think lefties who are joking about this and there's a lot of them out there. You go to Reddit and Facebook and TikTok and they're all talking, sure, fine, we'll just pardon them like Trump did. That's a stupid game. But you should be treated exactly the same. Maybe even a little worse. Why do I say that? J6 was a one-day event. I'll even give you the whole day. One-day event in one area. This is everywhere. This is across the country. This is not only on businesses, this is on average people being out there. Now, our government is not supposed to be above us. That was the people's house where that happened. Yeah. And people have already been hurt by this. Average people, not cops. Not that I like them being hurt. But yeah, I get that. And during a bad situation, a cop may be hurt. Anybody who did it, I'm not happy they were pardoned so much. But out attacking 61-year-old women, random women, punching in their cars, running them off the road, damaging their cars. That is stupid. That is nationwide happening. Burning dealerships, burning cars, shooting at them. Yeah, this is stupid. I would like to see harsher than J6. Not J6, harsher than J6 treatment. Because this is not a one-time event. This is going on and on and on. And it seems to be amping up. So, yeah. I would love to see them prosecuted at J6 or above. 100%. 100%. All right. We're going to move a little bit here to something a little more frisky. All right. Laura. She is a pistol. Hang on here, guys, and I'll bring me down a little. Oof. Like her. Tell you what, like her or hate her, Laura Loomer is somebody that you would want to keep on your side. I would not like to date this woman and break up with her in a bad way and piss her off. She is a research whiz. She digs into stuff like a badger on angel dust. She will find out if you've done some scurvy crap. And she will go remind other people that you did some scurvy crap. And it did it again. It doesn't like me doing that. Okay, it'll catch up. Maybe. Oh boy, that's uncool. Hey. Wow, there it goes. Fast forward. But yeah, I would. Now, I'm not saying she did this, but Trump may have already been on the cusp of getting rid of some of these people, but just in, Trump fires 3 National Security Council staffers after a meeting with Laura Loomer, a controversial right-wing activist. She can be, but honestly, I think does more good than bad. I think she is a force for. She does research, and she is so tough. Whoa. The move comes a day after a Wednesday Oval Office meeting where Loomer argued that several staffers were not committed to Trump's agenda, reported The Hill. Okay, why? Because these staffers, she showed them past statements, video posts, written statements, messages they sent where they were crapping on Trump. They were hoping he'd be taken down, arrested and impeached and jailed and all this crap. You cannot. Imagine, okay, let's say you own a business, right? You own a small business. You have 10 employees. Imagine if you find out 2 of those employees are talking shit behind your back, doing things to try to get you in trouble as the owner of your business, to try to get your business shelled, to stand in your way when you go to make decisions for your business. Yeah, what do? Do you keep them? No. Same way here. There's nothing wrong with Trump getting rid of these people. In fact, I'm saying it should have been done earlier. Trump is still being too nice, in my opinion, about a lot of things. Immigration, this shit. He should have gone through and cleaned house already. Anybody that they can look up, go, oh, impeach Trump, fuck Trump, this Trump. Goodbye. You cannot, as a president, and I'm going to say, I don't care if Democrat or Republican, you have an agenda the people voted for. You have things they want you to do. You got people that stood in the way of that and or tried to illegally mess with elections, which, by the way, we have proof now. FBI fucked with the 2020 election. More has come out showing the FBI 100% knew the Hunter Biden laptop that they had was real. Yet they were out there sending out intel officials say it's fake. They were telling Twitter to say it's fake, telling Facebook to say it's fake. They were telling the leftist media it's fake. They knew. Internal memos and everything could come out. They fucking knew. So anybody, including Tim Pool, sorry Tim, you can try to dance. The 2020 election was rigged. 100%. When you got so many people that said that would have changed their minds if they'd known about all the corruption in the Biden family, that is not a fair win. You may go, oh, well, they won. That's all that matters. Biden won. Sorry, Tim, I totally disagree. Screw that. That is a rigged election. At the very least, you can go, well, he won, so that's all that matters. No, we should look at a rigged election and make sure it never happens again. You should be able to admit it. When we have all the evidence now, just the Hunter Biden laptop alone changed the outcome of that election, let alone all the other shenanigans going on. Total horseshit. Hey, Connie, how you doing? Oh, Colorado. Boy, you guys got some crazy gun laws going in out there. I guess they're trying to outlaw all semi-automatics. Whew. So I guess you can only have muskets out there now. So yeah, I have no problem with him firing them. Whether Laura had all to say or not, or if Trump was just on the cusp, or maybe his administration asked her, hey, can you look these people up? I'm trying to see who I need to get out of my way, who's going to be working behind my back, who's going to be leaking stuff. Boy, that happened a lot under the Trump's first administration. Things just leaked. Gee, wonder who did that. So yeah, not committed. Not committed? Dude, every president goes through and fires people. They go through and fire people. Now, I love some of these lefties in their middle of cope. That chick is toxic as fuck. I don't understand how she slipped past the goalie. CNN, White House fires 3 staffers as president meets with far-right activist Laura Loomer. I will say she's far-right. But she just showed him what these people had said about Trump or tried to do in action. This is one of my favorites. I answered this guy and I told him, now tell the truth of why they were fired. Report the entire story. These people were fired specifically after whack job Laura Loomer met with Trump and told him to fire him. She didn't tell him. She said, hey, look at this shit. She showed messages, video comments, things they had said and done about Trump. You cannot have somebody that tries to jail you, stand in your way, that is against what the people voted for you to do, working for you. That is stupid. Like I said a little bit ago, as an ex-business owner, I wouldn't have employees who were trying to torpedo me as the boss or my business. That is stupid. Good to know our president does what Laura Loomer tells him to. Fuck you. This guy's a jackass. This is Laura. And I answered, now tell the truth and tell why they were really fired. All they do is say this shit. They don't go and tell why they were fired. Yeah. Yeah, she played what they had said and done. So, yeah, screw you. And I love when the leftist media goes nuts. Oh, God, Trump firing people. Every administration throughout time has fired people who didn't go with their agenda, didn't go with what the people voted for, who they thought were disloyal, who they thought would mess with their job. That's been a thing forever. I mean, my God, are you going to go back and throw a fit when Obama did it or Clinton did it? Stupid. But they need anything. It's anything to get anything Trump does. Horrible, horrible, orange men bad. Then you go, but every president throughout time has done that. Well, that's okay if they do it. That's not Trump. Trump bad. Or they will actually, there are dum-dums out there who will go, So then you pull up articles. I did that on Facebook again. Pulled up articles showing these people, past articles, not new ones, past archived articles showing Obama doing it, Bush doing it, Clinton doing it, yada, yada. I went back, I think, to I went back to Carter and stopped there, showing how they fired people. And they went, well, Trump's only doing it then they switch. They jump somewhere else. Yeah. Now, here are the 3 people fired. Brian Walsh, Director for Intelligence, or lack of. Oops, back up. I didn't mean to do that. I meant pause it. Thomas Boudry, a Senior Director for Legislative Affairs. You really can't have that guy working against you. He's a Director for Legislative Affairs. He could torpedo. But if Trump tells him, hey, talk to Congress about this or get this bill put on the docket or this topic put on the docket and he doesn't do it, you can't have that. David Feith, a Senior Director overseeing technology and national security. Yeah, you can have people disloyal to you with that. And I love when these lefties, Trump just has to have loyalists around him. No fucking shit. Every president doesn't go, you know what, I'm going to keep these disloyal fuckers around. Oh, this guy hates me. This guy hates, I'm a Democrat. He's a Republican. He hates me. I'll keep him. I'm a Republican. He's a Democrat. He hates me. I'll keep him. They don't believe in what I do. They work against me. Yeah, because presidents went, yeah, all you disloyal people who hate me and don't want to do what I'm voted to do, I'm keeping you. Lefties are either dumb or just evil, disingenuous. Mixing it together. Evil, disingenuous. I think it's all three a little bit. I think they're dumb, evil, and disingenuous. I think a lot of them who bitch about Trump doing this know that every president has done it throughout time. You always want to surround yourself by loyal people. That is stupid. Do you think these same people whining about it are going, oh, you know, I don't want to hang out with people who like me, people who believe what I do, people who are loyal to me, where if I need help in the middle of the night, they'll come help me. They go, no, I'd want to keep with these fucking guys who don't like me, will not help me if I need it, are disloyal, talking behind my back. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, they'll hold Trump to standards they wouldn't even have in their own lives. I'm sure people are not liking it. Yeah. Yeah, your firearms laws in Colorado are going knuckin' futs. You are trying to go pure anti-Second Amendment, and it's all illegal. Yep. Colorado's gone nuts. So I'm just happy watching these idiots melt down. It is great. All she did is go point out the stuff they said. And yeah, if you're a president, you go, good luck. Good luck. So I'm happy to see it, honestly. I can be surrounded by disloyal people. That's what I want in my administration. Stupid. These are the same lefties who don't look at anything. I heard something the other day. What was it? I think I might have been watching Timcast. I don't know what I was looking at. But I've seen this before. But a couple people mentioned that Trump isn't reaching across the aisle to help heal the country. Oh, actually, I think it might have been Charlie Kirk. I think I heard that on. And I've heard this from multiple people. I've got a friend who said that, who goes, well, he actually went the way I did. But he'd heard that too, that Trump isn't reaching across the aisle to help heal the country. Really? He's got 2 Democrat ex-presidential candidates in his cabinet. Show me another president who's ever done that. Do you know of any president who's appointed ex-presidential candidates of the opposite party into his cabinet as high-ranking people? Put them in charge of stuff. No. He's got a lot of people that are center, a little bit left. He's got a lot of them. Even Elon Musk still considers himself lefty. Oh no. Because they can't. They are deranged and can never get past the derangement. Well, Connie, and pretty soon if that bill passes, you're going to have a one-shotter. That's it. You get one shot. So gosh darn help you if more than one person comes in or you miss. People think it's so easy to hit something with a firearms. Never shot one. When you are moving and so the target is moving, that is not that easy. And if you get one shot for 7 people, you better ask them to line up. Because most home invasions are between 2 and 5 people. So, woohoo! And one that better be really powerful to go through. So, stupid. I'm sorry, Connie, but I say that Colorado is the land of Subarus and granola. But I have no problem with this firing people, but now we're going to move on to something that makes people a little more annoyed. Oh, they are screeching and screaming about Trump's tariffs. Screeching and screaming and screeching and screaming. Yeah, we go over here, and I know I may be in the way of some of this. Here, let me shrink me a little more. Actually, I'm going to just move me up, and you'll see all. It says, NECA, National Electrical Contractors Association. Okay. Pling, there we go. I'll put me up there at the top. How's that? Let's see. How did this article go on size? Okay, yeah, I'll stay over there. But they are just crapping on Trump's tariffs. It's horrid. But I've been noticing something. Most of the people angry about Trump's tariffs are, one, people who have been absolutely, in their own country and their own government, absolutely screwing us by helping industry go overseas, helping make laws and regulations and our crappy tariffs that help our jobs go away. Why? Because a lot of these people, if they do retire Congress, they go work for these people. Or they get this job where they don't go in, but they somehow strangely make $4 million a year or something. Or $1 million a year for doing, well, nothing. Because they're actually lobbying and working for these companies while they're in Congress or somewhere else in our government. But the people who have helped our jobs go away are pissed about this because their free money is going to dry up. They also buy stocks, which I should be so illegal. You are in Congress, you own no stock. I don't give a fuck who you are. You don't get to own stock. Or if you have stock, you have to have had it a year before you got into the Congress. You don't get to buy and sell while you're in. That is just... Martha Stewart went to jail for doing one time, allegedly, what Pelosi has openly done now for decades. How is it okay for Pelosi, but not Martha Stewart? Just idiotic. But the problem is, it's also the rich people. People who, remember, the lefties say they hate the big billionaires, the big business people. We don't like big business. These tariffs are forcing these people to bring jobs back here. Then they suddenly go, oh my God, the lefties, crazy. Once again, they believe nothing. Oh my God, Trump's going to hurt our businesses. Which is it? Do you hate him? He's going to hurt the billionaires. Oh God, you guys are morons. Just last week, you hate the billionaires. Actually, just a couple days ago. But then suddenly, stock market's amazing. Now we love the stock market. Now we love the billionaires. It's effing stupid. And I keep saying it. Lefties have no beliefs. They only believe in whatever in the moment gives them power. Or just anything Trump does, they'll do against. Whatever's best for their hate at the time. Yeah. Once again, if we don't stop Russia, it'll take over Europe. Oh, Russia can't even beat little Ukraine. Buy a Tesla, or we hate you. You bought a Tesla? We hate you. They believe nothing. Now the left is out there defending the stock market and billionaires. It is crazy. But the problem is, who is backing these? Blue-collar workers in multiple industries. Yeah. Unions for blue-collar. This is National Electrical Contractors Association. NECA applauds President Trump's leadership on tariffs and the impact on the electrical industry. And they're not glowing for it. They're not like, oh my God, Trump, we love you. Amazing. But they know that he's trying something. They're happy he's trying something. All right here is a statement. NECA applauds President Donald J. Trump's strong leadership in addressing critical national priorities, including strengthening American manufacturing, securing our borders, and revitalizing our economy. As an association representing thousands of electrical contractors nationwide, we share his vision for a more resilient domestic supply chain and a thriving workforce. At the same time, see, once again, this isn't glowing. This isn't cultish. NECA remains mindful of the potential impacts that the newly announced tariffs may have on the electrical construction industry. With a global supply chain integral to our work, increased costs on key materials such as copper wiring, transformers, work vehicles, and electrical products could pose challenges for contractors, project timelines, and infrastructure development. That said, we appreciate the administration's efforts. They're just happy somebody's, for the love of God, trying to do something about it. Standing up to these countries and saying, hey, fuck you. And by the way, Trump is not doing true reciprocal tariffs. If a country's hitting us 30%, he's still only hitting them at 15%. They do the math, find out what the number is, then they give them a 50% decrease. So he's still not hitting them the exact same as they are hitting us. This whole thing is because these countries have become dependent on screwing America. They depend on it. A lot of these countries, I'm not sure, can operate because they've become so dependent. They've given their citizens so huge of austerity programs. Come on, you can look up a lot of these countries who screw us. They don't have anywhere near the amount of work time we do. They work like 30-hour weeks. They get 2 months off a year paid. They get to retire earlier. They get national health care like to beat us over the head with. It's because they have the money, because they screw us to the tune of billions of dollars per country each year. And they can't operate without it now. They know that, holy shit, we lose this money. These countries have no choice but to stand against Trump on tariffing back, because they know, holy crap, their countries' economies will collapse if they can't screw us. They know that their citizens will lose their minds if they go, well, we have to cut back these austerity programs. You are going to have to work a 40-hour work week. You won't be able to retire until 10 years later. Some of your medical, you may have to pitch in a little. These people, you won't be able to get 2 months off a year. You only get 2 weeks a year, maybe 3 weeks. They're going to lose their minds. They are pampered and spoiled shitheads because they've been able to screw us. And these governments know they are up a creek, because doing this battle with us is going to just decimate their economies. I've heard lefty media people having their economic, well, Trump is going to cause a world recession or depression. It shouldn't. If they were trading fairly with us, that just proves they weren't trading fairly. Because if you are actually fair trading with us, Trump's tariffs are still only half of yours. We wouldn't have to tariff you because we'd be fair trading. It shouldn't change your economy. Any country that is fair trading us right now is not having a problem. And there are a few. There are a few who are looking at this going, yeah, we don't care, because we've been fair trading with America. Or our tariff against America is actually pretty tiny. It ain't going to screw our economy. And yes, there are a few. I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe Poland and South Korea are two maybe, who don't have huge tariffs against us. So they're going, yeah. Those countries right now are going, we're going to come out of this good. The rest of the world's going to have problems. We're going to step up. The whole very thing is this would end, once again, if these countries would just say, okay, fair trade. Or, okay, we'll back our tariffs down to half. Trump would be happy with that. Right now, he's still only hitting them back at half what they're hitting us. If countries hitting us 10%, he's hitting them 5%. That's not horrid. That shows he's actually trying not to tank their economies. But he's telling them, you got to back down in fair trade. They will not fair trade. They can't. I don't think they can now. Hey, Jay Watterson, how's it going? Need to get rid of dual citizenships. Hunter. Oh, yeah, dude. Hang on, let me get through this. And we're going to talk about that. Celtic Spirits Coven, how's it going? Marjorie Taylor Greene and Dan Crenshaw both made better stock market decisions than Warren Buffett. Yes. And I don't like it. I don't think anybody in Congress. Well, Nancy Pelosi is her and her husband are two of the top traders in the history of our stock market. Of Wall Street. It's crazy. Look that shit up. They are two of the top. But yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Dan Crenshaw, I think is a piece of crap anyway. He's goofy. But yeah, I will talk about that in a minute, guys. I'll come back to it. I promise. That's a good topic. But this goes on. The blue collar is supporting Trump on this. And they're not a monolith like Celtic Spirits Coven just said. Because these people say right here, as they support it, they are just damned happy somebody's trying. Everybody else makes lip service. We need to fix our trade problems, but they never do it. And now when somebody actually does it, everybody, Democrat, Republican, going, ah. Even I heard some Republicans going, we may see tough times for a little bit. Oh my God, we can't have it. Dude, to fix stuff, we're going to have tough times. I keep using it to work I've done around my house. My wife had to tell me this because I always hated the mess at the beginning. Always hated how, God dang it, this is horrible and dusty, it's messy, it's icky. My wife was like, dude, you got to have the mess before you get the pretty. There's always going to be a little pain, just like working out. No pain, no gain. That's what happens. That's going on our economy. That's a good way to think about it. When you go to remodel your bathroom, yeah, when that tear down and all that trying to fix shit, that's rough. But when it's done, you're going, damn. So these Republicans whining, oh my God, we can't have any pain. Then you'll never fix anything until it goes right off a cliff like a bunch of lemmings in heat. So that's just stupid, because if this keeps going, we're going to get buried deeper, 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 deeper. Our debt's going to get to an untenable point, and we're going to crash. Imagine what this pain is compared to the major crash we could see in 20, 30 years if we don't do nothing. We are at that tipping point. We have to do something. But it goes on even worse. Ha ha! This one, there's other unions, but this is a biggie. The UAW. Ho ho! This one made Democrat buttholes just squeak right up. You heard the pucker. In a victory for auto workers, auto tariffs marked the beginning of the end for NAFTA and the free trade disaster. Yes, there are auto companies now announcing they are bringing back manufacturing here to a point. Not all, but a lot more. And they are building new factories in this country. Indiana's getting a bunch of them. Arizona's getting some. And there are other companies who don't have crap for factories here, going to bring factories here. This is epic. This is good news. Our UAW workers are going to have more work, be able to get more pay. We will have more jobs. We'll also be a little more stable in case of another pandemic or a conflict, God help us. We cannot be dependent on China, a country we may go to WW3 against, possibly, and depend on them for medications and batteries and cars. Stupid. So yeah, this right here is just a decimation for the Democrats. This is nightmarish. And once again, these people are not just, yay, Trump, totally. They talk about in here how they are worried about costs, how they're worried about how this will affect the economy. But they're once again, just like Nika and a bunch of other blue-collar types. I got a guy who lives across the alley from me. He's an apprenticed electrical contract worker. He's loving this shit. I'm a 30-year ASE Master Tech. Blue-collar people look at this going, cool. But, UAW, that's a biggie. Just like Nika and all the others, though, they're going, yeah, we just are happy somebody's trying to fix this before we can see the cliff coming. We are in the river with no paddle heading towards the waterfall. Right now, somebody's trying to toss us at least one paddle. That may not get us up that creek yet, but shit, they're going to slow it down and maybe get us, keep going to stuff. Maybe we'll get more paddles. So yeah, Jay Watterson, you're 100% right. That's why I said Trump is doing reciprocal tariffs, but he's not doing them true reciprocal. True reciprocal means if somebody's tariffing us 30%, he tariffs them 30%. But he's not. He's doing the math where it comes out, well, his people are, doing the math where it comes out, if they tariff us 30%, he's only tariffing them 15%. He's only tariffing them back half because he's not trying to decimate the world economy or these countries. All he wants is for them to back their shit down. Back it down. Hell, I'm betting if these countries backed their current tariffs down by 25%, that's it. I'll bet Trump would end this whole thing. Accept some damage. Just reduce our damage. Art of the deal. You nail deeper than you want. If you sell a car on Facebook Marketplace, you want $5,000 for the car. You don't just list it for $5,000. You list it for $6,500. Give that room because somebody's going to want to talk you down. If you want the $5,000, ask for more. Then when you get to the $5,000, you go, oh, I guess. Then afterwards, you walk away going, yes. That's what Trump's doing. 100% Jay Watterson, they subsidize, okay, other countries subsidize their industry. They also manipulate their currency against ours. Canada, by the way, I saw a news story today at the gym. Canadians aren't going to America as much because their dollar's not worth as much against our dollar. The Canadian dollar should be nothing compared to the American dollar. Their population is dinky. They make barely anything. There's only reason their dollar has any value against ours. When I was a kid, it used to be much lower. Their government manipulates their currency now. But these other countries use tariffs to support their business. They use it to support their austerity programs. Once again, any country that beats you, the American worker, over the head with we have national health care. You dirty Americans don't have that. Yeah, because we pay for it. When you are screwing us to the tune of billions a year per country. That's why they have these. That's why you get the 2 months off a year. That's why you get to retire 10, 15 years earlier than Americans. That's why you get a 30-hour work week. Because we pay for it. Your leaders know without these tariffs, you guys are screwed. You're going to have to lose some of those. They know you guys are going to riot and lose your minds. And the bad thing is, our government's facilitated this so long, the people in the rest of the world feel entitled to screwing us now. Or I'll say it, the last time I'll say it on this topic, this would all end if these countries would just say, hey, we'll reduce our tariffs by 50% or just nix it, 0 to 0. We'll fair trade. That would end this. The very fact that they feel like entitled to screwing us. That's the whole problem. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because that was good humor. Good humor. I'm going to set myself here. Going to go to a few bookmarks in a minute, but I am going to talk about, I'm going to get rid of that. We're done talking about that. Sorry, guys. All right, we're going to move into that in a little bit here. But I'm going to address what Celtic was saying here because I agree totally. Marjorie Taylor Greene, I like her. Honestly, I do. As a legislator, I think she's actually one of our best. But I can both crap on her and understand what she's doing. I'll understand because, hey, everybody else around her is doing it. There's no laws. And I do know for a fact that she herself has suggested there should be laws against it. But while it's there, sure, she's going to take advantage. Just like Trump said to Clinton back in the first election when he's running against Clinton. Well, you know, you're dodging some of your taxes and this and that. You're not paying your fair share. Trump's like, I'm following the laws that you and your friends made. Yeah, that's what she's doing. Do I like it? Nope. But, you know, come on. What do you think our chances are of getting Congress? What do you think our chances are of getting Congress to remove another one of their free money sources? I think they should. I think it should be 100% illegal. You don't get to sell or buy any stock within 1 year of you going into office. Yeah, or leaving. Nope, whole year. If you know you're going to run for office, you not buying and selling stocks for a whole year up to running. Nope, or at least up to you getting in office. How's that? When you're in there, none of that. You've got insider trading stuff that Martha Stewart wishes she'd have. And I'm not picking on Martha Stewart. I think what she did was pretty minor. She kind of got screwed deeply for something that, yeah, that was a bad choice of words. Sorry, Martha. But she got nailed for something pretty minor compared to what a lot of others have done. How many jailings do you see over this? Not enough, but they sure went after Martha. Now she's friends with Snoop Dogg. Oh, that's so weird. But yeah, I do not believe in it at all. I don't think they should be able to buy and sell stocks. I think it is the height of not just hypocrisy, because I already know a lot of them don't believe in hypocrisy. Just once again, whatever gives them power. But I believe it is just so rife with chaos and illegality. It's just, there's nothing good coming out of that. That means if they see a law coming, or let's say they see a stock, they can buy that stock. They'd purposely go out with their buddies and manipulate Congress to set a law or remove a law and suddenly make that worth insane amounts of money. That's why a lot of these people go in worth almost nothing. Then suddenly within a couple of years, come on, look at AOC. She went and she did not come from a poor family, by the way. If you look up AOC's family, they were always kind of upper middle class to lower rich. She went and said, poor little girl. But look at her worth. Those are national records. You can look those up since they're in Congress. Look at her worth now. She went in worth almost nothing. Now she's worth over $9 million. She ain't been there that long. So yeah, I think it's stupid. So Celtic, you are 100% right. Dead on. And I would love to see it outlawed, but the chances of us getting these guys doing it, either party, the uniparty, I think I got a better chance of my tennis shoe reading the Bible to me tonight. But yeah, let's see here. It's sad we get not most of our meds from China. Yeah, we do. We 100% get way too many meds from China. It is crazy. So yeah, but Celtic, I agree. I bet everybody, I don't know many people that think that's right. Of either side. I know people on right, left, center, they all go, that's bullshit. It just is. Let's see. Instead of free trade, every country should pay tithe to the receiving country. 10% tariff, make it biblical, set everyone even. Well, yeah, Celtic, I can agree with that. Or you just tell them to have tariffs. The thing is, there's not just tariffs. Like Germany. You send a car over to Germany, they tariff it at like 10 or 15%. But then they also have import taxes you pay on it. A certain registration fee. A dock fee. They have all these fees where it jacks that car up, where the actual tariff rate, instead of like 10%, becomes like 15 or 20. Because they add shit onto it. But they go, well, that's not part of the tariff. You asses. That's like what Illinois does with taxes. In my area, we voted down a tax on roads. So what do? I knew it was a unanimous no. They suddenly sneak it in your water bill and go, well, we got a roads fee on your water bill. But we voted no. But that's what these countries do to us with tariffs. They just shove it over here and call it not a tariff. It's just an import fee. They call it a fee, not a tax. Dicks. Steve, how you doing, Steve? Let's see what the countries with that great health care will do if they have to pay for their own defense. Yes. Not only that. Oh, Steve, you're right. But not only that, not just their defense, but even their health care. They can only have these things because you, me, all American workers, they get these austerity programs from off our working backs because of unfair tariffs. And the funny thing is, I mean, even on trade with us, they don't even buy from us when they should. Trump offered Europe hugely good deals on buying gas, oil, natural gas from America. He undercut the Russians by 50%. But they won't buy from us. They would rather pay for both sides of the Ukraine war, and they are. While they're trying to give money to Ukraine and saying, we're going to support Ukraine, they're buying tons of their energy from Russia. When Trump said, stop buying from Russia in his first term, buy from your friends, we'll give you a hell of a deal. They won't buy from us. What does that tell you right there? So you want to screw America, get all your programs off America and our workers, but then you won't even buy shit from us that you should, that we can give you cheaper than Russia? While Russia's attacking your shit? Even if we just matched Russia's thing, you should be buying from us. We should match your price, you should be buying from us. We're not the ones you're bitching about trying to take over Ukraine or Europe or whatever. But oh no, we will buy from Russia. Ugh. That's as dumb as America giving money to Israel and the Gaza people. And I'll state once again, I'm not a real isolationist, but I don't want us in these wars. I don't care whether it's Ukraine or Israel. We shouldn't be involved. Stay out of it. Let them finish their wars. Let the people around take care of it. And I've said before, boy, all these idiots marching from the left saying, America needs to divest from Israel in the war. You don't want that. You do not want that. Because America supports Israel, Israel has a buffer. They feel they can sustain and deal with you guys launching crap at them decade after decade. But if America pulls out, Israel's going to look at go, okay, we have this much ammo, this many rockets. We're still buying from America, but they're not giving us as much money or anything now. So we got this much. We're never stronger than we will be right now. They're going to look at you over there in Gaza and go, you're screwed. You thought we were bad before? Poof, you just became a glass factory. Excuse me, we just made you into kitty litter. Because they will never be stronger than at that moment. They will look around and go, nope, that's it. Our enemies are going down now. If America backs out, sorry to tell you this, lefties, it won't go the way you want. You won't be going, oh, Israel, we'll get you. Israel can take out almost every country over there put together. They will do it almost instantly. You will be Scrooged if America backs out. It won't be what you think. It will be the decimation. You won't have to worry about your Palestinians because they won't be there anymore. Let alone some of the other countries. Iran will be a great kitty litter factory. It won't be pretty either. But they can win. So yeah, and if you back them in enough of a corner, they have the glow-in-the-darky things. Just saying. Yes, and not even get a smooch. Exactly. Connie and Steve, definitely, you're both right. Because, yeah, man, dude, Europe, Asia, whatever, all these countries are boning us. Canada, at least buy us dinner. Come on, man. Buy us dinner if you're going to screw a little bit here. Come on. At least bring a little lube. It's starting to get a little annoying. The American taxpayer and worker are going, ow, dude, ow. So, yeah, 100%, Connie. Oh. Yes, Steve. By the way, Steve is somebody I know actually from my area. So, yeah, how you doing tonight, Steve? Thanks for stopping in, bud. Celtic Spirits Coven. Half of Ukrainians believe themselves to be Russian. Yes! The whole Donbass region they've taken now. Man, I love it when I have you guys in here. You guys are just on it. When I talk and explain things to act like somebody stupid, it's not you guys. I'm trying to talk to lefties and tell them to stop the stupidity. Stop doing stupid shit. The trans community, whoever, stop doing stupid shit because you're not helping yourselves. But yes, 100% right. The whole, Donbass region in eastern Ukraine, they speak Russian. And Russian and Ukrainian are different. They identify as part of Russia. They've always have. In fact, for generation upon generation, they thought themselves as Russian. So, a lot of people don't realize there was a civil war going on in that part of Ukraine before Russia attacked. In fact, that's one of the reasons Putin did attack. Because people that were ethnically Russian and consider themselves Russian were at war with the Ukrainian government already. There was already a civil war going on. And the Ukrainians were stepping up how much bombing and destruction they were raining down on that part of Ukraine. So Russia said, okay, so we want this land anyway. We want to make sure we have a connection to our naval, to the Black Sea there. We want to make sure we have a connection to that still for naval base since we lost the one in Syria. And these people think they're Russian. They believe they're with us. So, shit. So, I'm not saying what he did was great, but they do identify as Russian. Yes, Celtic is right. That land is disputed. Yes, we have no need to be involved. 100%. 100%. Palestine, we should stop sorting safe passage for terrorists. 100%. Now, I will say this. Don't use the word Palestine. Palestine is a country that never existed. Palestine was the name for a region of a whole region over in the Middle East given to it by Rome because the Romans saw all these nomadic peoples wandering around. They had no homes. They didn't do anything. Wandering in this whole area. They had no names for it. For any these tribes had no names for themselves. So the Romans said, okay, this whole monstrous, goofy area, we're just going to call it Palestine. And these people technically are Palestinians, but there was never a country called Palestine. So this whole thing is a false narrative. That's why I call them Gazans most of the time. People have heard me say Gazans. I go, what do you mean Gazans? You mean Palestinians? No, Gazans. They live in Gaza. They live in the West Bank. They're West Bankers. Palestinian is a country or a nationality that's never existed. You can look that up. It's a made-up term by the Romans because they had no other name for these things. So, yeah. We should stop supporting safe passage for... yeah. But no, land grab... if you're talking about Russia and Ukraine, it's not really a land grab so much. Once again, these people identified, if you look back through history, that was part of Russia off and on for long damn time. Long time. I mean, we were talking pre-Soviet Union times. These people thought they were Russian. And it's bounced back and forth a few times. So, I don't know. Maybe you could think of it this way. Think of self-determination. If these people think they're Russians, want to be part of Russia, call themselves Russian, speak Russian, maybe they should just be allowed to join Russia and, where they live. So that's just me. All right. We are moving on here. Great comments, guys. I love that. I mean, beautiful. And it's nice to see how many of you know what's going on. I mean, all of you you've all been really on with that tonight. I'm not kissing butt. I love that. And tell you what, it gives you hope, which is why I think people in the center and the right are much happier. Like I said earlier in my opening and talking about who takes the most drugs for mental problems. People in the center and the right are happier because they do honestly know what's going on. And if you know what's going on, you can find ways out of it or find ways to mitigate some problems. The left, being uneducated, all they do is just have anger. They have nothing else. It's so beautiful. All right, we're going to move on a little more. We're going to move into the oh crap area here in a minute on TikTok. Hey, Jimmy boy. How you doing, Jim? Sorry, I was watching Star Trek episode last night where his Kirk's buddy Finnegan was in it and he kept calling him Jimmy boy. Sorry. My wife is actually watching the original series right now. I think she's going through it from the beginning. It's her first time doing so. So she's got questions for me too. Love that. That's my girl. Hell yeah. Oh. There you go, Jim. Hell yeah. See, Jim, you guys are doing so good. Jim can just sit back there and go, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jim's just back having a few gummies, having a good laugh. They've been fighting for hundreds of years. Let them be who they want. Yes. Yes, if you're talking about the Ukraine and the Donbass, Russia thing, yes, let it go. And also, it shouldn't be our problem. 1, Europe, take care of your own backyard. Pick up your own dog shit in your own backyard. 2, what about NATO? Why isn't NATO doing this? Why is it America? We're supposed to be a piece of NATO, a piece of the UN. Then why is everybody in those agencies, UN, NATO, always go, hey, America, can you, no, come here. Can you take care of this? Well, no, we don't want to do it. No, we don't pay our fair share, but we don't want to do it. We want you to do it. You already pay for everything, so you just do it too. That's the problem. Bunch of jackasses. But yeah, I agree with all of it. I think with the Ukraine situation, the Israel-Gaza situation, back out. Let them handle it. A war that somebody keeps getting involved in will never end. And here's one last thing I'll say. Piers Morgan. I have a problem with him. I actually like his show. I like him. He does pretty good. But he's got this idiotic thing about proportional response. And he's had a guest or two that's kind of called him on his stupidity and said, hey, Piers, did England have proportional response when they were attacked in World War II? Or did they respond unproportionally? Well, yeah, they respond Yes, because that's how you win or end a war. If somebody goes and punches you in the face, you don't just bip back. If somebody punches you in the face, you're going to take them down. You taking them down. Not advocating for violence, YouTube. Just saying, you take them down. You make sure they're not bipping you in the face anymore. And you're going to do it until they say stop. Okay, I give. That's how it worked in every conflict throughout history. You go until one guy goes, yup, or both. You go till both of you are like, oh, this is bullshit. We're done. Done. You done? Yeah, okay, we're done. But mostly, traditionally, these wars and conflicts go until somebody attacks somebody, then the other person goes, oh, that's it. You're going down. It goes until one party makes the other submit, ends their ability to wage the war, and or just does enough of it where the country goes, yep, ixnay, done. But this whole Israel-Gaza crap, everybody in the world keeps getting in the way. It never will end. It's been a perpetual war going on since before I was born. Because everybody gets in the fucking way. I'm sorry, whether you like it or not. Somebody's got to win, or it's never going to go away. Do I have a preference on who wins? Yeah. I'm just saying. Once again, lefties, you don't want America to back out of this. But I really think Everybody needs to just do the Star Trek thing. The discommodation from Next Generation. Like the Klingons did when they're mad at Worf. Turn your back and go, hey, Israel, Gaza, we're going to turn and look this way for like the next year. Don't call us. Don't talk to us. We're going to be over here doing this. You do whatever you're going to do. We'll talk to you in a year. Leave a message after the tone. Beep. Yeah. And then we turn back around in a year and go, hey, look at that. Yeah. And it's got to end. If one side doesn't get to win, it'll never end. It's not like soccer where it goes on points. That's the problem right there, I think. I think this battle in Israel-Gaza has been played like a soccer match. Oh, we each got a goal. We'll walk away tied for now. Oh, back to battle. We each got a goal. Point system. Oh, you scored 2 points this week. I scored 2 points this week. Nope. It's not how it works. It needs to be almost like an American sport for once. Gonna be a winner. That's it. Oh, no. Jim. Well, I'm not saying I think he's a great guy, but we both know who's walking out of that one. It ain't gonna be, it's not gonna be the Zelensky Hobbit either. Holy shit. He may be getting up there in age. I'll put my money on Putin. He's a nasty prick. Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. So I would say no on that. Or at least I know who's going to walk out. Yeah. Oof. 2 men enter. What? Ooh. Do Thunderdome. Thunderdome. 2 men enter. 1 man leaves. Sorry, I'm just checking to see. Yep, Rumble's still going. Nobody. Wonder, Rumble's weird because I never get anybody in the chat over there. You know, it shows people watching. In fact, I'm going to give credit where credit is due again. My views on Rumble for my live streams and or my videos are almost most of the time double or quadruple what they are on YouTube. And it seems like people over there get notifications on YouTube some. So yeah, weird. Come on, Rumble. Keep it up, bud. And they're streaming. I keep checking. My stream looks good on Rumble right now. So if you ever want to watch on Rumble, I do most of these live streams all on Rumble too. So yeah, Lions Den WS6. All my links are in the description for this video. Mr. Miles, you should be happy as I kept it in there, bud. But yeah, okay, let's head on over to a little... I'm not sure if it's happier to the bang your head into the wall portion of the stream. Oh, Lord. Oh. Sometimes I laugh at some of this. Sometimes I just want to cry. Because I think I keep hearing Bill Murray in my head. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. I keep thinking human race is doomed. Dogs and cats will have the planet. Might see this. All right. I know I may be in the way on some of this, but... Oh, Lordy.
Hey.
Hang on.
In honor of Trans Visibility Day, I just wanted to give you, or encourage you, to teach your kids that...
Now, can you see and hear her, Jim? Somebody give me a thumbs up in the chat if the sound is coming through. Because I've had problems, and sometimes one setting I have to turn on. Other times I have to have it off or the sound doesn't come through. So let me know if the sound came through.
They have the power to change their gender assignment if ever they feel.
No.
That's what they want to do.
What?
Hey, in honor of
This is a teacher.
Trans Visibility Day, I just wanted to give you, or encourage you, to teach your kids that they have the power to change their gender assignment if ever they feel. That's what they want to do.
Okay, fine. First off, okay, she's got the obligatory nose jewelry, so you know where she's coming from right away. Thank you, by the way. Thanks for the Jim for letting me know. I want to make sure you can see these, because I know my hotkeys don't work now and I'm paying attention. My hotkeys are not working again. I do it myself. And I make sure the sound is set. But sometimes with some streams I have to have this one setting on, others off. It's weird. But this person should be nowhere near teaching your kids. Okay, so by her logic then, a 5-year-old chooses to say, if a 5-year-old boy says, I'm a girl, she's going to go, okay, let's start doing some shit to change your body. Yet if that same 5-year-old boy comes and goes, teacher, I want a bottle of Jack Daniels, she's going to go, no. Teacher, I want to go drive your car. No. Teacher, I only want to eat chocolate pudding. That's it. Every meal from now on. Nothing else. No vitamins, no hot dogs, no nothing. No burgers. I just want chocolate pudding. She's going to go, no. But somehow, we can hack and chop our kids, but we won't let them just eat mac and cheese 24/7, get a tattoo, drive a car, vote. Well, they might do a better job than a lot of the left does then. So it's just weird. The weird thought process these people have. And I know this isn't new thoughts, but these people keep popping up, and they are screwing with kids' heads. That's why I've said I'm not even that religious. I'm kind of agnostic light. How about that? Agnostic light. Do I think there's something there? Gosh, I hope so. Do I think there is? Maybe. I'm not atheist, but these people are loony. This is stupid. I would never have a kid in public school today. If I walked in to my kid's classroom and there was a teacher with nose jewelry, I'm going, nope, I'm noping out. Right away, nope out, done. Nope. I walk my kids in, hi, nope. That's it. Ain't happening. I would have my kids in a religious school, and I would let my kids figure out their religion later. You can choose to believe it or not. That's on you. But at least my kids will come out not needing remedial classes. They'll come out knowing to read. They'll know 2 plus 2 is not 5. So whatever. She's nuts. Yeah, they are weirdos. 100%, Bunny. 100%. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This, I'm going to say it this way. Delusional congressman says the Republican Party is anti-baby and anti-family. Okay. The biological male dressed up like a woman says the other people are anti-baby and anti-family? Okay. Okie dokie. Delaware. The state that gave us Joe Biden. Surprise, huh?
Republican leadership is throwing a temper tantrum. They just canceled votes for the rest of the week, shutting down the floor of the House of Representatives for the next several days, all
and now
in
listen
an
to why.
To stop the House from allowing new parents in Congress to vote by proxy so they can...
Okay, no. This is because the other day in Congress, a congresswoman brought in her newborn into the Congress room. By the way, you're not supposed to do that with babies just born, be around a bunch of germs and stuff. Stupid. She brought in, go, see, this is what I have to deal with. I can't do this. I should be able to stay home and vote by proxy. No. You took one of the most important jobs in this country or on earth. You are running. You chose to take a job running the most powerful country in the world, to be part of this government. Public service. And then you went and screwed and had a kid? No. Or you were pregnant then going, well, I'm going to have to take maternity leave and not do my job. Or I don't want to bring my baby. I want to be able to tell whoever I want. Or just hit a button at home that anybody could accidentally hit. What if somebody's at home and doing something and then somebody cleaning your house goes, hey, this light's blinking. What do I... And they just hit it. And they voted for you. Just saying, it's a chance. That's stupid. You should get in there, debate, do your job. If you go and have a kid while you're in Congress, you should resign. I'll say it. Done. Get out. Done. You shouldn't have taken the job. And I have the same thought for anybody that goes and takes the job, then halfway through a 6-year term in Senate goes, I'm going to have a kid, so I'm going to have to take 6 months out. Fuck you. I'm sorry. When you take that job, you are there to do that heavily important job. You are there to serve us and work for us. And by the way, what they fail to mention here is they have congressional child care right near them. Bring your kid, put them in the daycare that we pay for, which you know is going to be, everything gilded with gold. It's going to be gorgeous and epic. All the cribs are going to be padded marble. Screw you. You either put your kid in the daycare we pay for, or you resign. But this is what she's talking about. He, she, whatever. You can't keep this shit straight. Talking about, they won't let them just vote from anywhere, do anything they want. And, oh my God, they can make them come into work. Stupid. If you don't want to do the job, fuck off.
Spend time with their new babies or...
Don't have the new baby. Sorry, I couldn't go very far. Don't have the new baby. You chose to take one of the most important jobs in our country. A job that requires you to be there. You knew this. This isn't like working at Pizza Hut. I love me Pizza Hut, so I'm not pissing on it. Just saying. If you're not working down here making pizzas, you knew what you were doing.
Cover from childbirth. Over the last several months, there has been a bipartisan effort to allow new parents in Congress to spend time with their new babies and to vote by proxy. House Republican leadership has tried to stop.
Why do a lot of countries never allow vote by proxy? Why do people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and others fight to get people back into Congress after COVID? This voting by proxy thing is rife with fraud. It's easy to defraud. We don't know who's actually doing the voting. It could be anybody. Hell, look at Dianne Feinstein. That woman was mental. She was half dead. She was weekend at Bernie's, and they were wheeling her in there or sitting somewhere. There are times she was in a home, and there were still votes coming out. We don't know who was voting for her. How about Fetterman? There's a lot of allegations when he was off his rocker for a while there that his wife did some of the voting for him. No, you should have to be in there. That's that. Unless you are major ill. Having a baby is not major ill. Sorry, I'll check the chat here in a sec, guys. Once I get going. So, Sarah McBride here.
Effort every
Stupid.
Step of the way. Today, they actually just lost a vote trying to prevent proxy voting from coming to the floor. And because they lost that vote, they're taking their ball and going home.
Yeah, this is dumb. And I'm going to crap all over Mike Johnson for this crap. One, this shouldn't even be this shit going on in Congress. And the GOP people who joined the Democrats to pull this shit, everybody should look up their names and primary their asses next time. We have shit we need done. Donald Trump was voted to do some shit, and now these people are standing in the way talking about this. I had a baby. I shouldn't have to come into work. I should be able to take like 6 to 8 months off. And just, this button will be pushed or somebody will vote for me. Fuck you. We didn't vote for anybody else. You got voted in. You shouldn't have ran. You will be here. Like I said, they have daycare. We pay for exorbitant daycare. Bullshit. And any Republican that joined the Democrats on this when we have shit that needs done, shit really going on. But this is what they're going to do? And Mike Johnson just closed down Congress for a couple days? They already don't do enough. Not for the money we pay them. Look how many days they actually are in session doing stuff. It's crap. There are like 10 legislative days this month. Now it's reduced by 3. That's stupid. Mike Johnson, you're an asshole. Get off your ass and do what we need done, what we voted Trump to do, what we voted your party to do when we gave you control of Congress. Not going along with Sarah McBride and their other lefties here. You need to get in, get under control those idiot GOP members who went with this. Because you look those people up. Get them in your head. Those are people who just said DEI is good, who said, women deserve extra privileges. They took the job knowing what it was. No, they should be doing shit for us. Once again, they're doing shit for them again. I don't even care which way you come down on this. They're doing shit for them. They're supposed to be working for us. We've already supplied you with childcare. Fuck off. Do your job. I'm not even going to play the rest of this. Just more bitching about it. Look at the chat here. Sorry, guys. Homeschooling. I'd be homeschooling my kids. Yes. Jay Watterson. If you can't be there in person to vote, then maybe don't need to be in Congress. 100%. This is, like I said, not a job working at a cafeteria or working in the family business, whatever. You chose to be in the halls of fucking Congress. Running a country is not the same as working at Mickey D's. Like me some Mickey D's. Not the same as working at the accountant down the street. This is running a fucking country. Get in there, debate. I'm sorry, you cannot debate by proxy when you're out at home with your kid. If you don't have the time to do your job, then you aren't going to do it at home. We found out that half the people working from home don't spend the time working they would if they were in. So she'd be home watching TV, Netflix, hanging with her kid, going, oh, hey, that button's that's blinking. Or somebody calls, yeah, just go ahead and vote for me, whatever. Click. No. Yes, 100% they don't need to be in Congress. Thank you. Connie agrees too. Celtic. Follow the Constitution, show up to vote. Yes, Celtic is right. That is actually in the Constitution. They have to be there. They are trying to go against our Constitution or just change law without changing the Constitution. Yeah, stupid. But this is what they're doing, is they're doing our job. Doing the job we sent them there for. Republicans, we gave you Congress. Once again, this is the shit that makes me think it's just a uniparty, that 90% of what you and I see is all theater. When we give Republicans power to do something, or Democrats, they never really seem to do the stuff we sent them there to do. They do this shit. Play games. Do shit for themselves. Many broken wagons in the early 1800s caused many Congress members and senators not to be able to show up to vote. Yes. Yeah, if she can't be there, she don't get to vote. Done. If you go and have a kid, if you go to Congress, but I need to be out, then you don't get to vote. You can tell your constituents, well, I won't be there, so I won't be representing you and nobody there to vote for you. Exactly. And that's what Celtic is saying, and I totally agree. Bunny, like I said, weirdos, yes. Yes, the extreme left are brain dead. But I love how a biological male is talking to us about this. All right. Elon Musk posts fraud. Why are top Democrats suing to allow non-citizens to vote in American elections? You know why. And this is everything you need to know right here. That they are suing to allow non-citizens to vote. And here's the paperwork. Yep, Democrat National Committee, Democrat Governors Association, U.S. Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer, House of Representatives, versus Donald Trump in his official capacity as President of the United States. So do you listen to that? It says, versus Donald Trump in his official capacity as President of the United States. So this document where they are trying to argue that illegals should be able to vote in our elections admits that Trump right away should be dismissed in his official capacity as President of the United States. That is you guys admitting that he's just doing his job. Done. Ain't much more to talk about on this. Done. Over. It's over. You've just admitted you are trying to stop him from doing his actual official job. This is the Democrats. Obstruction at any cost. Don't even care if they're wrong or illegal. Exactly. Jim Patterson. Oh, dude. But if I had sound effects, I'd play you one, man. Maybe someday I'll figure that out. We'll see. I don't know if I want to get that fancy. I want to be the fanciest thing on here. Don't let my wife see that. She'll go, dude, don't do that. But yeah, this right here is just stupid. They are suing to literally let illegals vote in our elections. I know some pundits don't like you using illegal aliens. You should use illegal immigrants. Fudge you, same difference. Don't word police. My God. So I already talked about that. I can remove that. Sorry. Okay. Welcome to Mind Rots. A lot of people don't realize. See, I follow Antonio here. Oh, I don't anymore. Hey, what happened there? Ooh, X. I read a lot of Antonio Sabato Jr. because he is very based. Tell you what, Eminem, being white is so embarrassing, I want to end myself. Rapper says he's so embarrassed of his race that he wants to check out of life. Really? Jim, you get to work where you were. You worked where you are to get where you're at. Yes. Thank you for appreciating us when we came around. We are moving on for some. Hey, no problem, Celtic. No, hey, you came in here with great comments and you show you really know what you're talking about. So of course, I'm not here for an echo chamber just to hear myself. I can hear myself enough. That's my wife. I can hear myself enough. I'm here to interact. And when you guys come in with great comments, and Celtic, I appreciate you taking your time to show up at all. And when you do, beautiful. Appreciate it. Great comments. And I love seeing how much you guys know what's going on. It does give me more hope. Goosebumps. Goosebumps. Hope. Love it. Have a good night, Celtic. And hey, I hope you contribute just as much to any other stream you are looking to stop in on tonight. Really, honestly. Now, if you do your own stream, make sure you drop a link in the chat. And if it blocks, one of my mods can make sure that gets shown in the chat. Because, you contribute a lot. So, let me know. But yeah, thank you very much. But man, old Eminem is definitely, he's showing it, man. He's rough. But come on. This white guilt, white hate. Once again, I keep saying, when black people go, you don't know what it's like living black in America. Hell, screw you. You don't know what it's like living white in America, and everybody call you, you were born a racist. All white people are racists. You can't be racist against the whitest people. You can't. You just can't. It's okay to hate white people. Yeah. Stupid. Oh, I pissed off a few people on Facebook. A couple darker skinned people who do that shit. I'm like, yeah, you know what it's like to live as white in America. Well, all you do is call us horrid and Casper and Iquensu Ocha. What movie? What movie? Iquensu Ocha. Didn't like the first one of that movie. That second one, I loved it. Man, Eminem. And I actually like some of his music. That's okay. I like a lot of music and stuff from people I don't agree with. Once again, the left are more artistic. They are. Couldn't fix their weight off a paper bag half the time. Don't have the common sense to walk across the street half the time. But they're very, very, very artsy. Even though it's shown that artsy people on average do not have an inner monologue very, very, very much. They are more what they call NPCs, non-playable characters from video games. Just a programmed thing. They can think of concentrating on one thing at once very well and very artsy, but they can't multi as much. So yeah. Thank you, Connie. I appreciate you being the welcoming and the goodbye wagon. So yeah. Now here's what I was just talking about though. Talking about Zippy the Wonder Dog up here and the other people bitching about the daycare. I said I was thinking to let it go, but I forgot I had these out of order. I apologize. You are such a disingenuous. What is from Laura Loomer also? Congress has its own daycare. Yes. Free daycare for any member of Congress is available. I'm betting they ain't feeding them Gerber. I'm betting it's very upscale stuff. Just admit you're a lazy, pathetic, sorry excuse of a woman and you don't want to show up for work. Yes. You should have done us all a favor and used a condom if you were going to cry about showing up for work. Yeah. Don't get prego if you have this job. It's like an astronaut getting prego after they've already been set up to go to space on a mission. And then go, well, can I dial this in? Like, dude, we set these up in advance. You knew. And you still want, what? No. Brittany Peterson. Today my son Sam and I showed Speaker Johnson why you don't mess with moms. You brought this tiny, tiny newborn into place for the germs and stupid. oh, I don't want to use the daycare. I should just get extra privileges. All right. Gonna move back. I didn't want to keep sticking back to that, but I forgot I had him on order. All right, hang on. This is James Woods. By the way, if you do not follow James Woods on X, you really should. You talk about based. This guy is hated deeply by the left. Robert Reiner. He's still not back on X. George Takei, all these guys really dislike James Woods. James Woods is epic. By the way, one of the best movies one of my favorite movies, Vampires. Yeah, James Woods. But, he is based in their own words. So hang on here. I will pause, bring it up. Enjoy your brain cells dying in agony.
Found out today that somebody that I work with is a conservative, and he's somebody who's really intelligent, and he's somebody who works in climate tech as a super smart guy, somebody I would never have thought was conservative, and apparently he is. And it's surprising, and it's disgusting. But what's most surprising to me is the level of sudden hatred.
Because that's the left. So she admits this guy is probably smarter than her. So maybe you're the dum-dum. Maybe you're the one that don't know what you're talking about. Think of that. He's so smart. That means you probably aren't. You're probably the dum-dum in the room. It's like me. I walk in the room. I usually know I'm kind of the dum-dum loudmouth. You just kind of know. She's too dumb to know. The left. And once again, the anger, the hatred. They get angry and have hate. Automatic. I don't just hate somebody because they're a lefty. That's stupid.
Is the level of sudden hatred that I have for him. Sudden hatred for this man who I used to respect. Suddenly just went boop, and I hate him now. Found out today that somebody that I work with.
You goofy. You want to ask a question? How many behavioral drugs are you on? Either it's too much or not enough. One of the two. She ain't on the right amount, I'll tell you that. It's either not enough or too much. I'm going to say too much. They're goofy. There's a lot of lefties I know that I don't automatically hate or can't respect anymore or can't work with. Holy crap. Holy crap. Now, she is undercover. No shaved head, no green hair, and she's no nose jewelry. That is crazy. She's undercover. Watch out. Yeah. Even though the way she opens her mouth, I got a feeling as soon as she opens her mouth, you kind of know. Well, yeah. You're a goofball. Ugh. In their own words. Yeah, they hate. Like I said in my opening, they wake up angry at everything. They have no happiness. Even if you agree with them 100%, they're going to find something else to switch to be unhappy about. They cannot have any dissent. Everything that mommy and daddy said, remember? Rainbows and unicorn farts coming out of their mouth every time. Or as George Carlin said, not everybody's special, or it runs the word. But all these lefty morons are all told, you're all special. Same teacher telling them you're all special is also telling them, you can change your genders. Yeah. And 2 + 2 is 5. And everybody gets a trophy. That's the way life works. All right. Sorry, itch. We are almost done here. I got one more, then we're going to play our little outro. This is, in case you guys didn't see it the other night, my little Donald Trump cartoon I found. All right, hang on.
April 5th, hundreds and thousands of people in America are going to rise up against Donald Trump. It will be the biggest day of national protest against Trump since he took office. And I'm talking about every single inch of the nation will be rising up. It's not organized by the Democrats or the Democratic establishment. This is people volunteering to put on protests in their area and just going to do it. It's people organized. All the information about April 5 and the movement is going to be on handsoff2025.com. Be able to find the closest protest near you on the website as well. Make sure you share.
Why do all these lefty women, not all, it's another undercover thing. Okay, no nose ring, got the colored hair, ding. It's the way she talks, ding. But also, a lot of these lefty women have necklaces. They have their names or their initials. What is that? It's like they're wearing dog tags. You know? Jenny. Okay. Weird. DEI. Got it. Weird. Like, I go around wearing dog tags. Well, I have PTSD from somebody telling me that not everything I said is amazing. So that's my dog tags being in a battle. The great DEI wars. These are my doggy tags. Ugh. I bet nobody's looked at it that way before. I think I just made something. I should copyright or trademark that. Look at the eyes, all pupil. Yeah, I know you're talking about the last girl.
And amplify this 100%. And get out inside as well. Make sure you share and amplify this and get out in the street on April 5th. Join the hundreds and thousands of people across this nation that are going to stand up against Trump. April 5th, hundreds and thousands.
It ain't gonna be as many as she says. She goofy. I better like his post. Yeah, millions of liberals are planning to protest Donald Trump April 5th. Yeah. Okay, you think it's actually going to be millions? I'll give her hundreds, maybe give her thousands. It ain't going to be millions. That's 2 days from now? I don't think so. I do not think so. So yeah, we got her. She's undercover. She's major undercover. Till she opens her mouth, and yes, the pupils. Okay, Jim, you got me on that one. The pupils say it all. The crazy eyes. But her, she's not undercover. Got the hair color. Sorry, ladies. A lot of you with colored hair automatically go, that's a warning sign. It's like in nature. The bright colors are a warning. I'm poisoned. Don't touch me. Bright color. Warning, warning, warning. Weird how it matches nature. But then their necklace. Got her dog tag on. Dog tag. Now, all right, guys, they're going to get out of here pretty soon. The wife wants to go somewhere yet and take our dogs to a doggy park. Let them run around. Yes, I know it's getting dark, but we have a nice dog park near us in Iowa side that is just gorgeous. And so we're going to head on over there. But going to leave you with this. I don't know if any of you guys saw this. I may have to pause this because there is a little music. There's a little YMCA in this, and there's a lot of noise. I didn't seem to have a trouble when I played it the other night. But this is hilarious. This is a This is a Japanese anime of the attempted ending of Donald Trump. This is hilarious. And it's a great way to end the stream, guys. Of course, I'll do a little chit-chat after this. You know me. I don't just say bye-bye. Oh, actually, before I do that, look at this. This is simple and quick. Watch this. Watch this crap. This is real. Watch this chick behind. You can tell this ain't planned. So this lady behind's like, whoa. She like nopes out getting on the escalator. Watch this crap. She nopes out.
Democrats are completely unhinged.
Like a woman. You're a woman. What the hell is disgusting?
Democrats are completely unhinged.
Now watch the lady in the back. She's like, whoa. Whoa! That's nuts.
Democrats are completely unhinged.
Like a woman. You're a woman.
Whoa! I love her up here, man. She's like, holy crap. She noped out getting on there at first. She's like, whoa. Crazy. At first I thought it was planned. Then I started looking at the lady in the back, and that was not. She was like, whoa, nopo. And crazy lady here, she's pretty pissed. Dude, lefties, you better stop this. Stop laying hands on people and their shit. You gotta stop this. You are just looking at getting a major problem. Huge. All right, I am going to shrink me down a little more as I want you guys to see more of this. You know, I have to leave me on screen because I got to make sure I'm going to have to pause this a time or two. Hey, Jimmy boy. Hang on, Jim. Hang on. If you haven't seen this, you're going to love it, Jim. All right. This is hilarious. Hang on. You ready, guys? This is a Japanese anime of the Trump attempted ending. It is just hilarious. 我が心と行動に一点の曇りなし。すべてが正義だ。ドシャーンドシャーン Yeah, so that's where I got to be careful. The YMCA thing but it's in the background, so it might be okay. So yeah. Wajoosh! That is just epic. As usual anime, it's like, what is that? Is that like the new version of Uncle Sam? Uncle Sam's ghost saves him. But I love how they're showing him like, dancing back and forth. And the bullet made Trump look young and muscled, didn't they? That is just funny as crap. I think it's hilarious. That's just me. That is just, I am asking for it. I really am. Oh my God. Does anybody know what he's saying there? Damn, man, dude. They made Trump look good. Look at this shit. That makes Trump look good. Looks like Matt Tracker from Mask. Yeah, 80s cartoon reference. I just think this is hilarious. Okay, everyone. I will puff me back up, make me important again. But I thank you all for stopping in. Appreciate it. But yeah, I appreciate it. By the way, I really am appreciative of the great comments tonight, how much you guys knew. It's nice. There are times where I watch so much, read so much, where I actually get down on stuff going on. And I worry about our country because it's just like people don't have a friggin' clue. And then I come in here, run into some of you guys, and you honestly make me feel better. You make me feel a lot better about what's going on, where we're going, what our chances are. So I appreciate it. Buckle Bunny, Connie, appreciate it. Jay Watterson, as usual, man, much appreciated. Celtic Spirits Coven, dude. I don't know if you're a dude. I talk like that. I say dudes and chicks, sorry. But you came in epic tonight. Gorgeous, loved it. Jim Patterson, thank you very much, my friend. As always, long time. Someday, man, you're going to have to come down to the Quad Cities or something. Or if I travel your way, I'm going to have to let you know. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Time to get out of here. I don't know if there's going to be a late night stream tonight. If you do want one, either here or Rumble. And let me know if you want something, just a stream only on Rumble. Because I will do one there and we can get a little more saucy over there. And I am on Rumble right now. It is streaming. Hells yeah. You go. Oh, sorry. My laptop doesn't like doing that lately. But have a good night. Please hit thumbs up on the way out. Please share this channel or stream with anybody you know that is into this type of thing. Hell, Jim Patterson and I both like salty. If you know anybody else like salty, have them give me a shot, you know? Not because I want to grow salty size. I never want to because that just seems like a lot of work. But I like to chit-chat. I like to have ideas bounced back at me. But I will talk to you guys later. Stay safe. If you want to stream late tonight, let me know in the comments, and I will here or on Rumble or on X, Lions NWS6 there too. But let me know if you want to stream late night tonight. I just might do one because tomorrow is a work on a family member's car day, so I might need the stay up a little later tonight. All right, talk to you guys later. Thank you very much. Have a good one. I know it's hard for me to get off here, isn't it? I just never want it to end sometimes.